Good day. Today we will be talking about a story titled The Riverbank of Lost Promises. In a small town nestled among the lush green hills of southeastern Nigeria, life moved at a slow, steady pace. The villagers rose with the sun and retired when darkness fell. The sounds of birds, the rustling of leaves in the breeze, and the distant calls of traders filled the air. It was in this serene setting that Chima, a young man known for his honesty, hard work, and quiet charm, lived with his family. Chima was the son of a farmer, and though his family wasn't wealthy, they were respected in the village for their integrity. Chima dreamed of a better life, one where he could build a business, provide for his family, and make a name for himself. Every morning, he would rise before dawn to help his father in the fields, and after the day's work, he would attend the local school. His ambition was a rare trait in the village, where many were content with their simple lives. But there was one thing that made Chima's heart beat faster, one thing that he treasured above all else: Amara. A love born by the river. Amara was the daughter of Chief Ugo, the wealthiest and most influential man in the village. With her radiant beauty, graceful demeanor, and sharp mind, she was the envy of many. Her father, Chief Ugo, had grand plans for her, plans that involved marrying her into another powerful family to strengthen their wealth and influence. Despite the differences in their social status, Chima and Amara's paths often crossed. They first met at the village riverbank, where Chima would go to fetch water. Amara would come there to sit by the river, sketching the scenery in a notebook she carried everywhere. One day, as Amara sat sketching, her pencil slipped from her hand and rolled toward the riverbank. Chima, noticing her distress, quickly picked it up and handed it to her. "Thank you," Amara said, her voice soft but firm. Chima nodded, shyly avoiding her gaze. "You're welcome." That brief encounter marked the beginning of something neither of them could have anticipated. Over time, they began meeting regularly by the river, sharing stories, dreams, and laughter. Chima admired Amara's intelligence and her desire to see the world beyond their small town. Amara, in turn, admired Chima's determination and kindness. A secret love. Their love grew in secret. They knew the odds were against them, but they couldn't stay away from each other. They dreamed of a future where they could be together, away from the prying eyes of the village and the expectations of Amara's father. One evening, as they sat by the river watching the sunset, Chima took Amara's hand. "One day, I'll build a life for us," he said, his voice filled with conviction. "I'll become successful, and no one will be able to say I'm not worthy of you." Amara smiled, squeezing his hand. "I believe in you, Chima. I always will." Chief Ugo's plans. But their love was not meant to go unnoticed. Rumors began to spread through the village about Chima and Amara's secret meetings. When Chief Ugo heard of it, he was furious. "You will not disgrace this family," he thundered at Amara. "Do you know who you are? You are my daughter. You are destined for greatness, not to marry a farmer's son." "But father, I love him," Amara pleaded, tears streaming down her face. Chief Ugo was unmoved. "Love won't put food on the table or protect our family's legacy. You will marry Obinna, the son of a wealthy politician. That is final." Amara felt her world crumble. She was torn between her love for Chima and her duty to her family. The heartbreaking goodbye. For weeks, Amara avoided Chima, unable to face him. But one evening, she could no longer bear it. She went to their spot by the river and found him waiting, as always. "Amara," Chima said, his face lighting up when he saw her. But his smile faded when he saw the sorrow in her eyes. "I can't do this anymore," Amara said, her voice trembling. "My father has arranged my marriage. I have to marry Obinna." Chima stared at her, disbelief and pain etched on his face. "No, you can't. We can leave this place, start a new life together." Amara shook her head. "You don't understand. If I defy my father, he will destroy you and your family. I can't let that happen." "Amara, please." Chima's voice broke. "I love you. I love you too, Amara whispered, tears streaming down her cheeks. But love isn't enough. With that, she turned and walked away, leaving Chima standing alone by the river, his heart shattered. A wedding without joy. The wedding between Amara and Obina was a grand affair. The entire village attended, marveling at the lavish decorations and the wealth on display. But those who knew Amara well noticed the absence of joy in her eyes. As she stood beside Obina, reciting her vows, her mind wandered to the riverbank and the promises she had made to Chima. A new life in Lagos. Chima left the village shortly after the wedding. He relocated to Lagos, where he threw himself into his work. Driven by heartbreak and determination, he built a small business that grew rapidly. Within a few years, he became a successful entrepreneur, known for his integrity and business acumen. But despite his success, the pain of losing Amara never left him. He remained guarded, refusing to let anyone get too close. A fateful reunion. Years passed, and one day, Chima returned to the village on business. As he walked through the marketplace, he felt a pang of nostalgia. It was then that he saw her, Amara. Their eyes met and time seemed to stand still. Chima, Amara whispered, approaching him cautiously. Amara, Chima replied, his expression unreadable. I've thought of you every day, she said, her voice trembling. I made a mistake. I've been miserable ever since. Chima looked at her for a long moment before speaking. We all make choices, Amara. You made yours. But I never stopped loving you, she said, tears in her eyes. I regret everything. Chima's gaze softened for a moment before he shook his head. Some things can't be undone. He turned and walked away, leaving Amara standing in the marketplace, her heart breaking once more. Epilogue. The story of Chima and Amara became a cautionary tale in the village, a reminder of the consequences of choosing duty over love. Chima continued to thrive in Lagos, but he never allowed himself to love again. Amara remained trapped in a loveless marriage, haunted by the memory of what could have been. By the riverbank where their love once blossomed, the wind carried whispers of their story, a tale of love, betrayal, and the enduring ache of lost promises. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.